I remembered to watch that cutscene I missed, and yeah, that was the one where Cortana complains about how loud we were. Man. Hey, why is the key to turn the halo on called the index? What does it have to do with indexing things? It's like if you were going to drive someone's car, you know, you're going to borrow someone's car and they're like, here, take this dictionary. It's like, but that's a key. No, it's a dictionary. Just put it in the ignition and turn it. There's your dictionary.
Brutes! The faster you can kill those brutes, the better.
Yeah, no kidding.
They don't have shield generators, but take them out before it's berserking.
Brute plasma rifle. Is it shooting 2 shots? Is it a double shooter? Whoops, did not mean to swap. Dual. Oh, they both got 90. Even that's fine.
The demon has infiltrated the council chamber. Protect the hierarchs. Seal the exits.
Oh, I don't think so.
What say do you have over it? You're not in their system. Where do I go? Just the door? But it's locked. Hello? Back here? Making actual use of my flashlight? I turned the flashlight off. What rank was that guy? Wasn't as big as the guys with the fancy armor. Man, these things really do have... They got Mondo battery, don't they? Or just waiting for more people to come out? Yep. Were you investigating the dead bodies? Well, either these things have Mondo battery, or I just keep overheating them. They overheat quickly. And that just naturally slows your ammo usage down. Staggered shot seems to be the way to do it, if that's the case. Alright, who's shooting those green beams? Is it Jackal? Or is this guy? What are you doing? You're not a hunter. Stop that. Is that really what you... Is that really all brutes amount to? They're kind of just... Aww. Kind of just a combination of elites and hunters. I'm ready for you this time. Surprise! Man, I want a dodge button. Just do a little dip dodge, kind of little dash move. I'm gonna do that. You can't combo me. What's that green? Like, hey, you. Hey. Can't believe I made that. What are you doing up here? Hey. Where you at? Too scared to tussle? Just a baby sniper? Sitting in your sniper nest? With a little hatchling? Too scared to fight? Close combat? Because you know you'll lose? Because that's just how the sniper class works. You're fragile up close.
Put me down on one of the pedestals near the door. That prophet, Truth, he has the index. You've got to take it from him. Let me get these doors. Go.
Honestly,
it's easier to track Truth if I stay in the network.
Honestly, I think this Cortana looks better. I cannot explain why. I do not recognize what the difference is, but I do recognize that I think I like the older version better. At the very least, she's more purple, and that looks nice. I like that. I appreciate that if there's any weapon in this game that can be dual
Right
wielded,
this way.
there was at least one that is like kind of perfect for it. I think this may very well have been designed with dual wielding in mind because of the quick overheating thing. It does feel like it's meant to be staggered like that. And it at the very least benefits from it, because look at that rate of fire. Look at that. And I'm not shooting through ammo. Like, it's just kind of going normal. Wait a minute. You have your shield in your right arm. I saw that in the cutscene. I was like, wait, dude. When I was watching the cutscene, like, do the jackals have their shields on their right arm? They totally do. They're doing it Monster Hunter style. I wonder if they have the same logic as Monster Hunter. Or if they just... Oh, Brute Shot. Oh, no. I remember that. It's bad because it's good. It's bad for me because it's a good gun for him. Oh, no. Did he fall? Oh, did he take the Brute Shot with him? I wanted the Brute Shot. It's kicking me out. Yeah, I heard you. I heard what you called me. I'm just gonna get rid of these. Actually. Nope, not dual wield. There.
Truth is moving through the lower levels of the tower. I'll reverse this grab lift. Drop down, try to cut him off. It's safe, really. Just step in.
I did. Jeez. There it is. I'll take... Take that. Basically a grenade launcher. Ow, already? Hang on. Dropped his weapon already. I'm just gonna leave you. I don't think you can pick your weapon back up. He dropped his weapon scared. I was gonna say, I don't know what those lines are on my screen. It's lens flares. Yeah, I probably should have made the Brute Shot. Should have made it count a little more.
All approaches to the holding pens. Slay the demon on sight.
Really? Because
They're beefing up their patrols. Stay sharp.
you really needed to command you guys to do that? Because, you know, with the title Demon, you would think, oh no, throw a nice tea party for him. Maybe bake a cake? That's what you do with demons, right? Pastries? Oh, hello. Recognize your brute. Pull both triggers on you. How about that? Just instantly spew as much needles as your body can fit. I actually really like brutes because they're such a prime target for the Needler. These guys are not. Of course, when you drop the other Needler. I was gonna say, I can't tell where they are. Yeah, maybe try checking your radar? Wait, was he running away and then he tripped and fell and died? Or did a ricochet get him or something? I think I'll just go dual wielding plasma pistols. I just feel like it.
Wait a minute. I'm reading Marine IFF
Never mind, I decided carbine's cooler.
Those are originating somewhere below your position.
Carbine for the weak guys. Needler for the boots. Still kinda wish I could... Oh, hello. Kinda wish I could keep my second Needler. Just freely switch between dual wielding and my other weapon, but I understand how that might be... Oh. How that might be a balance issue for the game. So I will respect the decision to not let me do that. Oh, I keep doing the thing where it's like, I don't know if I've explained this or if I've shown it in the settings. The way the scope works, it's like you can hold the scope button so that you can get out of it faster. I don't do that. So whenever I go like, whenever I'm like, okay, well, it's not gonna do it now, like that. It's because I held it just a little too long. Oops. I've been playing Borderlands. I tried the iron sights. Oh, well, at least I got one of them with a grenade. Sure didn't do that on purpose, but I made it count. Thanks for the carbine ammo.
There's another lift in the next room.
Yeah, I really like the carbine. It's like, one well-placed shot and they die. That's my kind of weapon. I mean, not... I'm sure I've explained before, I'm really not much of a sniper, but in this game, sure. You know, mid-range sniping? Oh, that was a grenade. Mid-range sniping? Like, yeah, sure. Kill these guys in one hit with a well-placed shot, like I just said. Feels good. Now, when they bring out the brutes and they don't go down in one shot, that's good. You gotta put... Okay, I didn't realize brutes could turn invisible. Yeah, brutes. I like brutes because they make the Needler useful. They're a prime target for it. Not that the Needler hasn't been good. Oh man, that was a lot of plasma grenades. But they're definitely... I think they're definitely designed in a way that benefits the style of gun the Needler is. Like, they're brutes. They're not fast like elites. They're not small like grunts. They're not weak like grunts, so it's not a waste to blow them up with it. They just take all the needles and then you get to see the explosion. I'm pretty sure this is... No, I was gonna say I'm pretty sure where I just was. Well, we're going down? Okay, hello, bye. I didn't realize that was where I was supposed to go. I just wanted needles.
Detention block. I'll zero their locations. You neutralize the guards. Quietly.
Quietly, she says, in a game with no stealth mechanics. Yeah, I started a new Borderlands 2 playthrough. Because I really wanted to play with that skill tree that I said I never used with Gage. Uh-oh. And I forget, I always seem to forget that the skill tree isn't just about electricity, it's just primarily about electricity. It also has... And is that one way? It's pretty cool. He blew himself up! Oh man, I thought only grunts did that. And by grunts, I mean just that one guy. Yeah, the skill tree is not just about electricity, just primarily. It does have other boosts. Jeez, die already. Boosts to other elemental effects. But the boosts are stronger for electricity.
Come to the middle level, Chief. The Marines are just inside. Careful of the guards.
Oh, not this way? I thought this was the door Cortana opened. Which way? Yeah, I like how... more especially with Halo 2. Oh, that's tempting. Yeah, there'll be other carbines. Like, more especially with Halo 2. Like, the originals still look pretty good. Oh, this is gonna take some getting used to, isn't it? And the remake looks very different and it's a little hard to adjust, but I do believe it looks better, but this still looks pretty valid. Where am I going, Cortana? I assume here, because that's where you are. And pink door. Does it explode on your shield? Excuse me. It does. Good. Thanks for the brute shot grenades. More brute shot grenades. They want me to use this, don't they?
Marines. The chief's hunting a prophet, and you're gonna help him kill it.
Affirmative.
One more group of Marines to go, Chief.
Didn't realize there were groups. Thought it was just the one sub, but okay. I'll save as many as I can. Yeah, I'm not far along.
Come to the lower level.
Far along
More
enough
guards, get ready.
in Borderlands 2 to be really seeing anything particularly interesting with the tree yet. But like I did mention before, it's got one of my favorite perks with the where it lets out an electric shockwave when you reload. And that's oh wait, that's the middle of the tree, isn't it? So that's like tier 3. I only have tier 1 perks right now. No, no, go down. How go down? That way. It's like escalators. But, yeah, I have 5 points into the tree so far. Which does get me some extended shield. And, ow. And increased elemental chance. Look at all those brute shots. Or not brute shots, brute plasma rifles. Come on. Why are they missing? What are they going between his legs? I need to go to close. I'm just gonna switch for a plasma rifle now.
Get out of here the
Wait.
same way we came in. The
There's
central
more.
lab lift.
Are those not more? I guess they're plasma grenades.
¿Cómo está? You're not the full quit, are you?
I'll take this one too. And I want to say I'm already noticing the boosted elemental chance that comes with that the first tier of perks. Okay, I thought he got me with the sticky. I'll take the carbine back. Thank you.
Hostile reinforcements coming down the lift.
Down this lift. And I didn't realize that elemental effects, at least fire in Borderlands, can stack. So, yeah, I'm definitely more interested in this elemental tree, realizing that. Oops, that's down.
Hey, alien, why don't you turn down the sub?
Like I've been hanging on to this fire gun I found. Because I realized, like, oh, hey, fire stacks multiple times. I can light them on fire, and then while they're burning, light them on fire again, and they burn faster. And that's pretty neat. I still don't know that I want to play with slag, which is a special element in that game.
The lift is clear. Step on in.
Oh, it's clear, is it? It's clear? No filth on top of the lift? Okay. So the way slag works is it basically makes them weaker to other elements. And I don't really like that. I don't...
Fear not, my brothers, the secret.
Get off the lift!
It was Tartarus and his brutes who took the icon from the flood. For that
Tartarus,
they
that
have
was
our
his name.
thanks.
Excellent. Truth is broadcasting on the move. It'll make it much easier to track.
These foot guys again. Still don't remember what they're called if they have a name. Okay, that's the second sword they've dropped. I think I'm just gonna play with this for a little bit. Oh yeah, they're fighting now. That's cool. The brutes have already been kicked out of the Covenant too. Guess that shows how disposable they consider their units. It's like, hey, these guys suck. Kill them. And then their whole army turns on them. Guys that they were just hanging out with before. Yeah, I just don't really like slag in Borderlands, because I don't feel like it's particularly fun. I don't find it particularly fun having an element that's whole thing is, oh, you activated it, now switch to a different gun. Like, it just doesn't feel good. To basically have a gun that's just there to apply the effect, and then once the effect is going, it's like, okay, forget that you even have this gun.
And in so doing, put all our lives at risk. No warrior forget his oath. Now, you must say, just find the path.
I've got a fix on Truth just outside this tower. There's an exit nearby. Hurry.
Excuse me. Hey, you, stop it. Door opened. That's bad for me, probably. Okay. I've also been investing in what are you doing? Stop. Been investing, or rather paying, not really investing, but going with shields that have faster recharge as opposed to, you know, higher capacity. Since I've already got the perks that boost capacity anyway, might as well try to have both.
With my blessing, the brutes now lead our fleets. They ask for your allegiance, and you shall give it.
You wouldn't believe the number of kill systems the Covenant are throwing down around me. Not to worry, it's pretty sloppy stuff. I guess they never expected a hostile intelligence to penetrate their network from the inside.
Yeah, how did they not anticipate that? You would think. You would think when you have like AI in your universe that you should be prepared for one of them to try to attack you. Covenant aren't very smart, are they? They may be advanced, but they're not smart. Stop turtling. Now he's dead. No? Okay. Wow, what quest was I doing when I stopped playing? I was gonna go save Roland, I think. Well, I'm in that portion of the game where you've got to go save him. And then there's also all those other side quests that open up at the same time. No, my friend! Oh, are all the other guys dead? See the last guy. Man, I swear, everyone was just alive, and now suddenly they're all dead. It's like it's scripted or something. I'll just let them fight it out for a bit. I don't really need to be a part of this. Well, I guess I am. Ow. Yeah, I'm at the part where... It would help if I could remember the chapter name. I want to say it's 3. It's like 3 or 4. I've just gotten to Sanctuary. That's pretty much the point I'm at. In case you were curious, in case you also play Borderlands. Borderlands 2 is the fan favorite. I really like 3 though. I know people don't like 3. I really like 3. Like I don't play the games for the writing. I get that people do. That's fair if you didn't like the writing in 3 or pre-sequel. Like I feel like people just got a bit that maybe, you know, maybe Borderlands 2 was just like a kind of special occurrence, that it was so good not because the Borderlands games in general are good, but because that you know, they just happen to have this one instance of really good writing. Which I don't believe, because I like all the Borderlands games. The first one is pretty rough, and it's weird that it doesn't have voice acting for most of it, but it's fine.
The Covenant just destroyed 2 of their own ships, and I'm hearing reports of small arms fire throughout their fleet.
Creatures of the Covenant, the path is broad and we shall walk it side by side.
Slip space rupture. It's in Amber Clad.
Whee! Oh, is this not door? Where'd all my shield go? Excuse me. I think part of it is also maybe people don't realize that there are parts of Borderlands 2's writing that don't hold up anymore. And they just ignore it for the parts that are good. But they don't ignore the parts that aren't good in the other games. You know, there's probably a word for that kind of bias. Where, like, I guess a form of nostalgia blindness, where you think the thing that you liked was the best one, and then you don't give the next ones a chance. Or as, you know, whether consciously or subconsciously. I don't mean to say, like, everyone intentionally is just like, no, the sequel's not gonna be as good. Like, I mean, maybe some people, but not everyone. And when they got the special orange stuff on, I can't tell what class they are. Are they brute or are they elite? Because the elite wore those. I think they still wear it. I think some do still wear it. But then some don't. I don't know if I even need to care. Yeah, I really like Borderlands 3 from a gameplay perspective. And I also really like Tiny Tina's Wonderlands, which is kind of like Borderlands 4, except it's not. Except it doesn't continue the story of Borderlands. It's a self-contained side story thing where they're basically just playing Dungeons and Dragons. Man, you're lucky this isn't Metroid Prime, or else you guys would go down so easy. Just fire a plasma beam at you. Or, no, wave beam. I mean, plasma works too. It doesn't have the homing, but it would still hurt. I'm running out of ammo. Oh, right, I don't have the needler anymore. fine. There'll be other carbines. Yeah, I saw that they just recently dropped a teaser trailer for Borderlands 4. And teaser is correct because it doesn't show anything. It's just some fancy CGI for, you know, fancy space CGI. Just planets and stuff. There's probably some hidden meaning in it, but I don't know the lore well enough to pick up on anything. How about a grenade? Like that? Apparently I missed. It's like, oh, he's not freaking out. He must like grenades. No, he must have realized I'd missed. Oh, look, if there were more carbines. How about that? Yeah, really, my only hope... Like, I know I'm alone on it. I'm probably alone on this, but the only thing I want Borderlands 4 to be, or to have, you know, assuming it's good. Like, obviously the statement is, well, I want it to be good. Blow up his butt.
Rise, Pack Brothers! Cast down the elites!
There are those who said this day would never come. What are they to say now?
Once the towers are cleared, we'll drive them from the lower districts.
Yeah, the main thing I want out of Borderlands 4, I know most people are going to be like, oh, I want the writing to be better. I wanted to pretend Borderlands 3 never happened. None of that from me. I just want melee weapons. That was my favorite thing about Wonderlands. They introduced weapons that they're not like stand-alone melee weapons. You want to put them in a gun slot, you still have a gun, but they're basically melee augments. It would help if I hit his head and I don't shoot over it. Yeah, so instead of your offhand melee, just not. Actually, I don't know if there was anything that like leveled it up in the Borderlands games, you know, the Borderlands proper, whether it be 2 or pre-sequel or 3. I don't think there was anything specifically, like, I think you had to be playing a character that has specific perks for increasing your melee damage or augmenting it in any way. Like, I know Athena has, like, in pre-sequel, she's got perks that... I don't know if she has increasing her melee damage, but I know she has, like, oh, after you do your skill, or maybe it's after killing someone, your melee adds bleed. You know, it applies bleed to someone, or to who you hit, to your target. I can't tell if I'm going the right way. But yeah, stuff like that. I know Gage also has stuff like that. Like, I'm pretty sure her blue, the skill tree I'm working through in my new playthrough does have a perk that explicitly increases her melee and Death Trap's melee.
Great journey begins with here.
The elites have fallen back to the mausoleum. Fools! Their arbiter can do nothing for them now.
Who would doubt the prophets? What have we foretold
I mean, I don't know. I don't think you guys anticipated the chief showing up. But yeah, Wonderlands added this like an extra equip slot specifically for melee. So you could, you know, obviously increase your damage, but also they had different, like, because, you know, it's based on, like, melee weapons, so you have your slow and powerful, but then you also have your fast and not as powerful. I think there were other stats on it too. And I really liked that. I liked that you could hold down the melee button and you would do a melee combo, instead of having to mash the offhand melee button, and it would just kind of do like that, just like 1 or 2 different animations. Okay, time to hide. I was about to laugh at the body rolling down the hill, and then this guy does a dash and sends himself down the hill. You know, not really obeying the laws of physics. Couple of brute shots. I think I'll stick to my blade for a bit. Okay, I saw that grenade. Oh, come on!
I killed it!
It's saved before I did this part.
Onto the path.
Ow, I thought you were dead. So yeah, that's just my main hope for Borderlands 4 is that they just carry that over from Wonderlands. It could be basically the same game, and I'd be happy. Be really interested to know what they do for the class system, because historically, Borderlands has had you pick one character, and then they had, you know, so many skill trees. Like, I think tradition has been 3, and then I want to say Borderlands 3 added DLC skill trees, so they could have up to 4 per character, maybe 5. Because I want to say DLC added 2, but traditionally it has been 3. And then Wonderlands changed it to be more in line with Dungeons & Dragons, where you pick one class, so that's 1 skill tree, and then later on you can get a second one, that's, you know, you get 2 classes. So pretty much whatever character you made could have any 2 skill trees, which is pretty neat. I honestly think I prefer how Borderlands 3 did it, where it had... Oh, come on. Don't tell me I gotta do the stairs again. Sorry, I need water. Where am I? Am I at the top of the stairs? Good. I think the sword is failing me. I'm gonna switch. Yeah, Borderlands 3 had the 3 skill trees, and then it had, like, additional... Actually, it had skill... I was going to say skill points. No, that's not the right thing. Different... It had different action skills. I think that's what they call them. That's what I was thinking of, where traditionally every character had 1 action skill, but in 3, characters had multiple. And then you could also augment them, so they worked pretty differently. Although I guess that really depends on your definition of differently. Because I forget what her class name is, but Moze, who can summon a mech. Her alternate action skills were still to summon the mech, but you could change what weapons the mech would have. I just jumped off a cliff, didn't I? And I thought that was really cool, because, you know, you still got to do what your class promised you would do, but then you also had different ways of play based on your weapon. And then, like, the Beastmaster was pretty much the same way, where it's like, it's still summoning a thing, but your alternate action skills let you summon different things. And then the augments change, like, how... I want to say how they behave, but I don't remember. Beastmaster is, like, the one character in that game I haven't really played much. But then you have, like, the Operative, I think he was called. And he's by far the most... He has by far the most unique perks. Y'all can see, right? Like, he has, I'll take this back, thank you. Like, one of his lets him summon a drone, which works pretty similarly to Gauge. In a way, you know, you summon an AI assistant. I guess in that regards, the Beastmaster is also similar to Gauge. Then you could summon a decoy. So like a copy of yourself that would just stand there and distract enemies. Where's the... Is this the right way? I forget what his third one was, but I'm pretty sure it's very different. And I also really like that... I think this was a specific character class in Wonderlands. But also, two characters in Borderlands 3 could... I saw that guy there and he still got me. They could exchange the ability to use grenades for having 2 perks on at once, or two action skills. Saw you! Saw you! So like Zane, for example, and I think he's the best example. Scope, do you mind? Is that instead of having the drone and then being able to throw grenades, excuse me, you could have the drone and also the decoy. And what's particularly cool about Zane is that he can get an upgrade for his drone that lets it drop grenades. So you can basically have your cake and eat it too. You can replace your grenades and still throw them. So I want to see more stuff like that with however they decide to do classes in Borderlands 3 or 4. Sorry, 3's already out. I was just talking about 3. Where did that come from? However they decide to do characters, I hope it's along those lines. I hope it's got those similar elements of customization. While also hopefully not being quite like Wonderlands, because having 2 skills, basically 2 classes is cool, but it felt limited because it was only 2, whereas, I mean, technically, as far as I've read, that with all the skill points in a given Borderlands game, you can max out 2 of your 3 skill trees, and then sometimes have enough for, like, half of the other, I think, or half of the remaining one. You didn't even use a sword, you just shoulder charged me. You kidding me? Yeah, I want to say in Borderlands 2, you can have, like, 2 full skill trees and then half of your third one. Maybe that's most games? I don't know. And I think that also includes, like, perk points from DLC, because I want to say DLC increases your level cap. I could be wrong about that. Maybe it just gives you more to do, so just naturally you level up higher. Yeah, I'm running out of carbine ammo again. Yeah, I guess that's my point, is that... oh, look. Carbines again. There's always more carbines. Yeah, that, yeah, I think in most cases you can get 2 trees and then still have some left for some extra from the third. And that's what feels a little off about the way Wonderlands did it. Like, it's cool being able to pick the 2 that you get, but it also means that you don't get a third. to put a little bit into, even if traditionally you've never been able to have 3 full trees. Like, I think the math is obvious that 2.5 is more than 2. I'm just gonna take that. It's like, no, wait, I got my carbine back.
If we're going to catch Truth, we'll need to take a shortcut straight through the mausoleum. Look on the bright side. For now, they seem much more interested in killing each other.
Oh, swords out. Let me take this brute shot. Or brute plasma rifle. That's not the brute shot. It's just catchier than brute plasma rifle. Oh, time to close the door again. Yeah, I want to, you know, hopefully, you know, not to jinx anything. I'd like to think they learned their lesson from Borderlands 3. And I don't mean like, oh, they should just completely undo everything that happened in Borderlands 3. No. But I think they have heard enough of the fans' reception of what they did in 3 to not make those mistakes again. You know, any mistakes that they made will probably not be made again.
For now, they seem much more interested in killing each other.
Yeah, that is a painful turret, isn't it? Get down from there. As far as I'm aware, one of the big things that made Borderlands 3 quote-unquote worse than 2 was that they had multiple writers. So, I'd like to think that, at the very least... Or not, the problem wasn't that they had multiple writers, the problem was that they had multiple writers doing different things, so none of it came together cohesively, because everyone was doing what they were writing, and they didn't really know how to connect it to what everyone else was doing. Like, Borderlands 3 lets you go between different planets, and as far as I'm aware, every planet was, you know, the storyline of every planet was written by different people. And that's where the problems come in. Oh, that was not the head of a brute, or elite. Oops. That's the head of an elite. Fired one shot, better reload. Fine. Fine. Everything's good. See? Everything's fine. And they really are just fighting each other, huh? It's not just the Covenant against the brutes. Like, they just... Everybody hates everybody right now, huh? That guy just go through the thing? Okay, they didn't realize they saved me when I ran out of... when I was running out of sword. Yeah, so I want to believe that Gearbox understands that having multiple writers all doing different things was not good. It might have sounded efficient, but it ultimately made an inferior product. I do not believe they're going to do what they did with 2 again, because from what I hear, that was one writer, Anthony Birch, basically locked in a room for the development time, and I don't think he wants to do that again. And I've also heard that Anthony Birch doesn't even like his writing on Borderlands 2, so that's another thing that makes me think people should probably just accept Borderlands 2 isn't happening again. I don't want it. Take it. Take it back. was just about to say, how did I get out of that? I didn't. Let's see if I can find maybe something better. Ah! It's okay, I'll look down here, thanks. Oh, there are weapons down there, okay. I guess it's time for double needlers. For a moment, I thought I died. I don't know how I'm gonna get past these hunters. This area is absolutely to their advantage. If the hunters are even here, and or still alive. Nope, they're there. Is there a turret on the other side? Maybe I can use a turret. Maybe they're susceptible to turret fire. I'm out of needles. Oops. Ah, whatever. Yeah, whatever. You and your grenade. Why is their melee hurt so much? Why's my arm vibrating? Man, I just don't know how I ran out of needles so quickly. Like, I'm struggling to understand. I was wondering how I was still alive. Not that I got an answer. Come on. Stop, I'm already dead. Is that another sword, or is that this? Was that the same sword? Should have sent someone. Wait. Oh, wait. That'll help. I don't know if headshots do anything while they still have shield. In some games that having a shield means you don't take critical hit damage. So headshots don't do extra damage until the shield is gone. No turret. No. Bad. No. Bad grunt. Did I just blow myself up with that? Jeez. Oh, well, at least a checkpoint in me here. Less enemies I have to re-kill. Are they all just lobbing plasma grenades? Just hoping for the best. Jeez, stop. Darn it. Okay, I don't think there's anyone on the turret now. It's too bad I can't get these guys to waste their ammo. Rarely does the AI have ammo. It's kind of unfair. Oh yeah, I have this. Is that working? Yeah, I killed one guy. Grab. Nice swing, nerd. Nope, that's the one I don't want. Well then. Better kill you. Jeez. What a battle. Gonna re-equip myself the best I can. I'm sure there'll be another carbine soon. Or the level will end.
Consider sitting this one out.
Might be a good idea, yeah. Can I go around? No. Alright, Dad. Well, it's like this can be much worse than the bridge, right? Can't fall off the bridge in here. Got more cover. Can't push my cover around. Sword guys, apparently. Thank you. Come on.
You might consider sitting this one out.
The carbine? Can I have that? Okay. No shield. Keeping an eye out for sword guys. Hello. Did you get scared, drop your weapon, and then pull out a sword? Can they do that? Is that a thing? You using the carbine? Can I have your ammo? But if the hunters are gonna be last, I don't think I want it. Gonna grab it anyway. Nope, Hunter's dead. Wow.
I'm picking up 2 more transponders. It's the commander and Johnson. They're closing on Truth's position, Chief. They'll need your help.
In here? This where the Arbiter got his armor? That door's still locked. Nice try, doofus. Who else is shooting at me? You're too late. I'm going. Am I still inside?
This isn't good. I am getting confirmed reports of flood leaving in Amberclad's wreckage. Let's get the index and find a way out of here before things get really ugly.
You made worse than they already are.
Split them up. One in each phantom.
all the Covenant rest on your shoulders, Chieftain.
My faith is strong. I will not fail.
Oh man. Flood brutes. Well, that takes care of one of the guys that came here to kill.
The great journey waits for no one, brother. Not even you.
So you call dying the great journey? Or are you just clueless? Grave mind. This is certain. The brutes shall pay for the blood they have spilled. Some of the Arbiter now? Rocket launchers can manually lock onto enemy vehicles by holding, then releasing the fire button. So it has to be a vehicle? Can't do person? How does it know the difference? Like that you can see that texturing on it. That like the honeycombs, but they only show when the light is shining directly on it. That's a pretty good sci-fi aesthetic right there. Took your eyes off me for a second, and then you're dead. It's just like Pendle's. So I was listening out. I thought it started raining. Don't know why I always get distracted by when I think it might be raining. You go, is it raining right now? Like, who cares? As long as the power's not out. Or, to phrase that better, as long as it doesn't knock the power out. You don't really care what the weather does, as long as it doesn't damage the house or knock out the power. You can do whatever it wants. I guess flooding. Don't flood either. Please, weather, if you're listening, don't flood. I don't like the flood. They're kind of annoying now. Would flooding count as damaging your house? Because I guess technically it's not getting damaged, it's just being filled with water, which is really bad. But technically not damaged? Although the flooding itself does cause damage to the house, so... Yeah, I guess I would count that as damaging the house. Why do you lag when I turn invisible? I think I do get a sort of sneak attack bonus. Whoa! And a rocket jump.
Go! Kill him!
Wasn't there a guy in a high position? Yeah, there he is. Should I take the brute shot? Probably should. That's not brute shot. Oh well. There it is. Had a train of thought and I lost it. Great. Did you have a plasma rifle?
By the prophets, what had these brutes done? They
Hey,
have
buddy.
shed our brother's blood, and for that they must die.
Yeah, vengeance. Let's go. Let's go enact it.
Could still be advanced. Over so soon?
Grunts that are on my side. So are we just gonna exclusively fight brutes now? In this level? Until the flood shows up, I guess. Is this another not fighting the elites level? Not fighting the Covenant?
Break it! I destroyed that one.
Yeah, I'll say. Blew him up with a grenade. What are you doing?
Advance on their position.
You know, I guess another big thing I want out of Borderlands 4, movement. I really like good movement options in first-person games. Like, Borderlands 3 gave us, like, sliding and mantling, but I want more. I want super jumps. I want jetpacks. I want gliding. Basically, I want any movement option you can get in Battleborn, but in Borderlands. That would make me very happy. Spiritually succeed Borderlands, or Battleborn, with Borderlands. We good? Nope. Oh, out of ammo. Oh, shoot. Whoa, shoot. More like, oh, shot. Brute shot. They sure do make it hard to take advantage of this weapon that they like to give you not a lot of ammo for.
Elite resistance. Warn the others.
I want that one. Yeah. It's weird how its only distinguishing feature is that it's red. Will we go down? Is that Needlers? No, take it, Needler. I'm not making it out of this alive. Never mind. You decided to be stupid and run into a wall. I mean, not really a wall, but, you know, a solid object. You just had to keep walking into it. It's like, I mean, I guess if you can't afford a treadmill, that's a fine option. Not what I would pick. But I guess it works. They were dead. Now he's dead. Now I can breathe. Empty needler. Carbine. Yeah, I don't think I'm picking up the brute shot. I don't really care for it. It's probably one of those weapons where oh, sorry. What luck? Yeah. What luck you didn't die from that. It's probably one of those weapons where, like, if you've beaten this game on Legendary, you're probably shouting like, no, can't go with the brute shot. The brute shot is your only option. But for me, it's not. Like I can I can deal with not having... I can deal with not having the brute shot. Like, if it's the kind of thing you pick up because you need it to survive on Legendary, sure, cool. But I'm not on Legendary, so I think anyone watching should understand that I don't need it. I mean, it's just fine without it, especially if the brutes are going to keep walking into containers. Happy birthday! Hopefully that destroyed the turret too. Ow. I could sword. But is it a good idea? It's probably not smart of me to try to watch my grenades to see if they get anyone. Then I do it anyway. They're approaching. Whoops, that's the wall. Just in case you didn't notice, that was the wall. Well, seems like sword was the way to go. Ooh, fuel rod. Oh. Well, better make it count. See, I can make the fuel rods count because they're lasers. Step aside. Let the man go through. Where you going? Scared of a little fuel rod cannon? Oh, hello. Okay, I got allies around now. I should not use that. I was gonna sneeze. Okay. You killed that guy, no! I guess it's time to zoom on out of here. I don't know if this was a good idea. Well, shoot. Can I have that? Give me that. Oh, my shields are recharged. I was like, oh, I'm gonna wait for my shields to recharge. Almost gotcha. Almost gotcha. There we go. Gotcha. Going bananas. I was just showing green. Is that? Oh, he's dead. So must have been showing for the elite. I'm thinking about the brutes basically being berserkers. That's one of those things that I wonder if there is, like, any other approaches you can take for a character type that isn't quote-unquote cliche. Because again, cliches, they're fine. They're just tools. They do not define whether something is good or bad, whether it is more or less cliche. It just means more predictable, and predictable isn't inherently bad. But, so, you know, the brutes are the pretty typical brute archetype. They're big, they're slow, possibly not very bright. But then, like, okay, what if you wanted to have a berserker type, what other angle could you go? Well, there's also the gentle giant angle, but that also feels like something that's used a lot. So that makes me go, is there any other way we could go? And I guess, you know, technically yes, because humans are not binary creatures. They can be more than just one thing or another thing. Like me. With simultaneously good enough with the ghost to beat this part, bad enough to constantly flip myself. Like, there probably is even middle ground you can find between being a typical brute but then also being a gentle giant, like, you know, having moments of gentleness, you know, certain context under which they're no longer brutish, that they do have a caring side. Perhaps technically that makes them still a gentle giant archetype. They just have moments of gentleness. Or maybe a gentle giant with a hot temper. But I don't know, that's that part of my brain again, where it's like, oh, that's cliche, I don't want to do that. But it's like, okay, well then think a new way. Think of something else to do. Oh, I can't think of anything else. Well, then just do the cliche, it doesn't matter. It's like, I don't know why I can recognize that it's not a problem, but then also be like, no, I don't want to do that. It's a problem. You stop with your ape run. Your gorilla prance. What do you want to call that? Gorilla gait? Is that a term for like the way someone runs? I think gait works. So gorilla gait, it's like, you know, when a gorilla is angry. It just makes it sound like some kind of controversy involving a gorilla. Because that's what everyone does nowadays, is just add gait on the end of it. Yes, I know it comes from Watergate, but I swear it only took off in popularity after Bridgegate happened with, like, the New Jersey governor. Something with toll gates on a bridge. And then, you know, they called it, oh, it's Bridgegate. You know, it's like Watergate, but with the bridge, haha. And it's funny because bridges have gates. But then, like, Gamergate, it's like, that's not a gate. That's just people being sexist. That's not a gate. There was no gate there. Okay, I guess gatekeeping. Maybe that's why people do it. You know, they call the controversy something gate. Because there's gatekeeping involved. Whatever. Man, I like how he's able to throw a grenade sideways to the way his arms swing. Oh, hello. That's not good. I'm just gonna go inside. Shotgun? Sure. Don't tell me that means I'm about to find the flood. Shoot, another brute. See, I'm remembering to utilize my invisibility now. So we're brute shot grenades. Hello, the Master Chief compilation. Hello, Therian. How are you doing tonight? I've got a Wraith to fight. There it is. Scary. It's an alien tank. Kind of looks like a manta ray. That's cool. You're sleepy? Well, I would say hopefully you can wake up, but it's almost 9. It's appropriate to be sleepy. No, shotgun is not appropriate for this situation. Maybe I should have tried to hijack the tank if I could. Gah, did not get anyone with that last shot. That sucks. Oh, hey, a thing. Can I... Okay, beam rifle. Not a fan, but I'll take it. Scope, keep... The scope didn't want to stay zoomed. I was trying to get him in the face. I think I just got stuck. Oh, the zoom ends when I get hit? I thought it was because if I know it's got the thing where if you click in and then let go, it does that. Which I still have not looked to see if I can turn that off. I don't remember seeing that as a setting. But I thought that's what was happening. Oh, I think he just got killed by his friends. Isn't that sad for him? Going in. Did you stick me again? I hate that you could take a shotgun blast to the face and live. Man, there's more of them. They've got reinforcements. You don't forget brute shot. Carbine. It's been working for me so far. Where's the guy who's close? You're getting hit forces out to zoom. You're gonna snipe from a distance. I guess that makes sense. I mean, I'm used to Borderlands where your zoom lasts no matter what. So, go. Okay, was not on me. Good. Here we go, just getting off his death shots. Good old Halo tradition of doesn't matter that I'm technically dead, I'm still gonna let off a few more shots. Ow. Grenades are a good idea. Well, not if he sees me. Here he goes with the Gorilla Gate. Oh, it's it's a solid wall. I thought it was leaning against a container. Did I win? No. Got him. I can use the terminal. Do I... You know what? I was gonna say, do I care? Yes, I care.
I'm starting to fear that you're not very smart.
Mind your tongue, Oracle.
Oh, I mean no offense. I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about your species. How long have these prophets been anointing arbiters?
Since the fall of Falchavami, the first disgraced arbiter, roughly 400 years ago.
Incredible! And in all this time, it never occurred to you how convenient it was that your prophets were able to find a powerful, capable leader among your people, who happened to suddenly commit a terrible blasphemy every time the power structure of your covenant was threatened.
I do not understand.
You do little to dissuade my fears.
Then teach me.
Looking back at the record of the arbiters you discussed, was it not surprising to anyone that those chosen to become arbiter were more than simple warriors?
Where do
How
I get to
so?
dual wield
Each of
swords?
them had significant political influence among your people. In some cases, that influence was already being used to question the decisions of your hierarchs. In fact, that very questioning often gave rise to the charges of heresy that so neatly removed the challenger from the hierarchs concerned.
And once they were branded arbiter,
They promptly and quite cheerfully ran to meet their deaths.
all our lives we look down at the path, put our feet where the prophets tell us. All our lives spent convincing ourselves of the truth of our covenant. Could all of it truly have been wasted?
Let's hope not all of it, for we have a great deal of work to do. The Flood is still out there, so I require a cooperative reclaimer to enact proper containment procedures. But your Covenant keep trying to kill all the reclaimers I can find. All this bickering is quite a deadly waste of time. Right now, the most important question we can ask is this. Who could break this hold the prophets have over you?
I just realized that was the guy, wasn't it? The guy you kill when you first plays the Arbiter, and it's like, you gotta go kill this guy, he's a defector, or whatever word they used. And that's why he defected, because he was told the truth, that his prophets aren't really prophets, they're just guys abusing their power. Hey, you guys wanna stop? Ow, going inside. Ammo, that's cool. Rocket launcher. I'll stick with the shotgun. I realize there's probably a Wraith right out this door, so, no, not the second one! Yep, both of them in view. Well, too bad for them, they may have a tank. But I can turn invisible. Can't hit what you can't see. Ghost! It's mine now. Aw, man, he took it back. And that kind of just sat there. Can I have that back? Hey, can I? Clunking around. Can I have that back? Can I have this one back? Oops. Ow. Ow. Doesn't hurt as much as you think it would hurt. Have a cool space age vehicle blow up right on top of you. Only slightly. Is he actually holding a carbine in the cutscene? What a coincidence.
By the rings, Arbiter. The counselors, are they murdered by the brutes? Vile, disloyal beasts. The prophets were fools to trust them.
Cortana can handle the index. Stopping truth is up to you. So I guess we're chief again. Complete uprising. Well, as soon as I can pause, I'm going on break. And there we go. Okay, we're back.
Your pal. Where's he going?
To finish what I started. And this time, none of you will be left behind.
It's good to know how little
That
what we
structure
did
in
in
the center
Halo
of the
1
city,
mattered.
It's a Forerunner ship. And Truth is heading straight for it. If he leads the Covenant fleet to Earth, they won't stand a chance. You have to stop him.
That brute has the Index. And Miranda and Johnson. He can activate the ring.
If he does, I'll detonate in Emberclad's reactor just like we did the Autumns. The blast will destroy this city and the ring. Not a very original plan, but we know it'll work. No, I don't want to chance a remote detonation. I need to stay here.
I bet they've already found Earth, so I guess it doesn't really matter. Oh, look who it is. Cross purposes.
Flood-controlled dropships are touching down all over the city. That creature beneath the library, that grave mind, used us. We were just a diversion. In Amberclad was always its intended vector. There's a conduit.
Oh man, that guy really fell to pieces.
Head back inside. I'll lead you to it.
Yeah, I'm glad to see that everything we did in Halo 1 basically didn't matter. Flood got everywhere. Covenant found Earth. There was another Halo. Sure does make you feel like a winner, doesn't it? Especially if you're that guy who survived a grenade blast. Or that guy who took 3 shotguns to the face. Shotgun shells. Not that guy though. He didn't survive 3. Might have shotgun him. I might as well sword. Was that another shotgun? It was another shotgun. Oh, flashlight, good. Do I even need it in any version of the game? Imagine if elevators look like this.
I'll disable this lift once you reach the top. That'll slow them down. I hope.
Oh, I couldn't tell what I was looking at.
Shall we let the flood consume our holy city? Turn high charity into another of their wretched hives. No enemy has ever withstood our might. Flood too shall fail.
I'll do what I can to slow the launch sequence. Something inside the ship, a presence. Fighting back. For a Covenant construct, it's unusually formidable.
Which panel do I want? The glowing one? Whee! Yeah, I'm just gonna go. Apparently not. I can't believe the flood are throwing grenades now. Wait, never mind, that's the brute. Shoot. Okay. Just about to say, I should be good now. Should be good to recover my shield, and then it wasn't.
No enemy has ever withstood our might. The Flood too shall fail.
Well, I hope you're right. I don't need to be the winner in this fight, as long as the Flood loses.
There's something inside the ship, a presence, fighting back. For a Covenant construct, it's unusually formidable.
I'm just gonna go. Don't mind me. Yeah, I wonder what took it so long. Bye. Oh, hello. Now I need a flashlight. Look at all the blood everywhere. It's gross. It's green blood. It looks like snot. Battle rifle? Probably not a good idea. I don't think it's very effective against the Flood. At least that's my opinion. Not that this is much better against the head crabs. I thought a second guy got revived. Maybe not. Right in the face. I was pulling out my shotgun, man. You gotta give me a moment. Maybe if I turn off my flashlight. I hide back here. Maybe they'll go that way. Get the brutes. No? Okay. I don't like the way they waddle. It's not fun. Jeez. Running out of ammo. Maybe I should switch for the battle rifle. Wherever it was. Or pick up 36 more shells for the shotgun. Cool, thanks. Okay, this takes care of one of them. The second guy on the butt. It's an effective way to take a person out. Gross. Hello. Goodbye. It's probably no, not a brute shot. See, if I picked up the right gun, I would have been alive. Haha! What are you gonna do now? Drop dead? That's a good plan. The rest of you should do that too. Man, I swear these guys only spawned behind me because I was taking too long. Whatever. But you can't bring your arm back.
The parasite did not defeat the Forerunners. It shall not defeat us.
Is that the Gravemind? Oh wait, is that in the captions? Man, there's a lot of stuff from this game I don't remember. I really don't remember the Gravemind ever happening. I don't remember there being missions where you play as the Arbiter. And I don't remember the story content of those missions, like having to find the rebel guy, whatever they call them, to justify killing him. It doesn't look like standard issue Space Marine armor. Right now, shows again. It wasn't the last time we were going through the flood. Let's talk about how I was replaying A Link Between Worlds.
Security systems in this part of the tower are particularly robust.
Whosoever
Too bad I can't shoot their legs off.
I am the prophet of truth, and I am noble mercy is here on my side. These wise counsels.
More shells, thank you. Maybe I should take this instead. Yeah, I finished replaying A Link Between Worlds, and I started Triforce Heroes like I said I wanted to. Except Triforce Heroes doesn't let you do a new save. So I just replayed some levels with my current save. Yeah, I think the Runaway guys really had the right opinion. It's fine when you're playing alone. But it does definitely look more fun playing multiplayer. I'm really not much of a multiplayer guy, so I didn't. But replaying it solo, it's like, yeah, this is pretty clunky. I think it could have stood to have, you know, a little bit more development time for them to really iron out how the game controls when you're playing alone. Is that a brute shot? Should I run up into my face with a brute shot? Like it's not bad, but you definitely can feel how clunky it is when you realize, like, multiplayer, everyone just controls themselves and acts independently. And then when you're playing alone, you have the doppels, and you have to carry them everywhere. So, like, you can't move as a unit and fight something that is right in front of you because you'll be a totem. I think that's what they call it officially. So you'll have your doppels hanging over your head. And it's, you know, when you press the attack button, then the guy at the top of the totem will be attacking, which is fine if that's how the situation is supposed to play out, but most of the time it's not. And so you're trying to carry all your doppels around, and then, oh, here comes some enemies, gotta throw my doppels so I can fight properly. SMGs.
The end of us. It is but one last hurdle before the journey. And
Cannon fodder. Yeah, it would be a lot nicer if there was a button you could press to have the doppels automatically follow you. Because your two options are carry them as a totem and have that be really annoying, or do everything by yourself and switch to your doppels and bring them over to you when you need multiple people. Which is, of course, going to be a lot because it's a multiplayer-focused game. Of course, they're going to make a big thing out of having multiple people around. I'm just going to hang here for a second.
this crisis will not be the end of us. It is but one last hurdle before the journey
Shoot more people.
and salvation.
Yeah, it's a lot more clunky than playing Four Swords Adventures alone. Because Four Swords Adventures, when you're playing it by yourself, it's perfect. It does not feel like it's a game designed for 4 people. It does feel like a game that you can very reasonably play by yourself. Because you have all your links following behind you automatically, and you have the buttons you can press to, you know, separate and to do formations, so you can make particular shapes you need to make of, you know, arrangements of people for, like, you know, if you're gonna push a big stone. Why is it? Okay. Why did the door take like 3 attempts to open?
Brood and elite ships are engaging one another all around High Charity. I'm running out of options, Chief. I can't stall the launch sequence much longer. The next lift will take you up to the conduit. Hurry!
Oh, sorry, I hit the mic because I'm scratching my face. Yeah, it really feels like the people who made Triforce Heroes have... They're definitely not the same people who made Four Swords Adventures. And I don't know that they're even aware that Four Swords Adventures was a
I knew
thing.
the Covenant was good at repurposing Forerunner technology. This is amazing. They've been using the Forerunner
Oh,
ship
I'm down here now.
as an energy source for the city. The ship isn't so much launching as it is disengaging, uncoupling itself from High Charity's power grid. Stopping Truth, that's all that matters.
Now is the time of our unworlding. The moment we shall all become.
Did you have a shield?
You know the plan. You've got to stop Truth. I've got to handle the Index. Go!
If you would falter, know this. One
These are shotgun shells.
final effort is all that remains.
Forget about the blood. You've got to get aboard.
I guess that's my cue to stop fighting enemies and go to whatever thing is up here.
I have to stay here, Chief.
Chief, when you get to Earth, good luck.
After I'm through with Truth.
Don't make a girl a promise if you know you can't keep it.
Form an unexpected alliance. Keep Tartarus from activating the ring. How many levels are left? It's like, I want to assume this is longer than Halo 1, but probably not by much. So we could be getting up there.
What is that place? Where the counselors were meant to watch the consecration of the Icon. The start of the great journey.
There is still time to stop the key from turning.
I must get inside. Then mount up, Arbiter, I know a way to break those doors.
You want me to take the... You want me to take the Wraith? Is that what you meant by mount up? You taking the Revenant? You going? You're not, or are we? Oh, we're not going this way. That's okay. 'Cause that would be off a cliff, and that's not smart. Oops. There we go again, trying to find the light guns. No, I guess they just don't have them. Oh, there's a brute. Yeah, I really think, and I know this is not a unique opinion, Triforce Heroes really needed some extra options for you when you're alone, instead of just like, oh, well, you know how there's those things that you do with multiple people, like, you know, there's the totem, and then there's like throwing each other, like, yeah, we'll let you do that. Sort of. And again, Nintendo probably didn't want Triforce Heroes to be a lot like Four Swords Adventures, because then they would have just made another Four Swords Adventures. But, you know, you can make a game like another game in the ways that it was good, and then also take a different direction with it. It's not like people weren't going to be comparing Triforce Heroes to Four Swords anyways. Oh, look at that, it's breakdancing. Yeah, at the very least, I think Triforce Heroes should have had some way to get the Doppels to follow behind you instead of carrying them manually. I think that would have made it like 1,000 times better. But like, I do know the game does have its moments of brilliance. Like, it has genuinely really good level design. It's just a shame that it's hard to appreciate it because it's multiplayer only, and only 3 people, as Chugga Conroy was very clear to emphasize. Only 3 people. You can't do 2. You have to have 3. Sure, it'd be nice to lock on. I don't think I need to kill him, but I'm gonna shoot at him anyway while I make my way towards his door. Now I'm getting him. Alright, I'm going. Excuse me. Oh, there's more. Why does the Arbiter have a shotgun? Has it really been remembering my guns? Okay, let's try this how I'm supposed to do it. I've blown them to pieces. Scarab is like the only vehicle name they have that's not a ghost. It's not some kind of spirit. Car alarm. Sorry, why? I'm splatting brutes. Are you on my tank? So, over here? Yeah, I still stand by what I was saying about Link Between Worlds. Link Between Worlds is amazing. And, I don't know if the same development team is going to be working on Echoes of Wisdom. But if Echoes of Wisdom is anything like A Link Between Worlds, I think it will be great.
The Brutes control that cruiser, officer. I'll remain here. Make sure no reinforcements get in behind you. Then, I'm
Okay,
going
door.
to take the cruiser back.
I go through the door. Alright, do your best. Okay, it does have two people. See, he got in here and then started moving, and I thought, like, wait, is there not a guy here? There is. Oops. I thought you were a brute.
The hunters have come to our aid, Arbiter. They will fight by our side.
That's cool. I think that having these moments where you have allies that are not just humans does go a good way towards making the missions feel more distinct from each other. Instead of just hallways you run down to shoot people. Happy birthday. Still alive? Not for long. Get back here. You know, what also kind of surprises me a bit about A Link Between Worlds is that I remember hating the item shop concept. I don't really remember why. Like, I know one of my points was that they did the item shop because they wanted to have each dungeon, you know, they wanted you to be able to do each dungeon in any order. So they made an item shop so you can just buy the item and then go do that dungeon. But that's not how that needed to happen. Like, if you're gonna base a dungeon around one item and only that item, why do you need a shop to be the crux of the matter? Why does a shop have to facilitate that? Why can't you still just get the dungeon item in that dungeon and use that dungeon item only in that dungeon? Like, you know what I mean? Like, you didn't have to get it from a shop if it was gonna only be used in a particular dungeon anyway. You didn't need to get it outside of that dungeon. What? Ah, come on. But yeah, it's not really a problem. It's actually kind of cool because you can get all the items pretty quickly by renting them, and then you unlock the ability to buy them, so you keep them forever and can upgrade them. So, you know, it lets you get all the items quickly. It gives you something to work towards. You know, something to spend your money on. Which was a bit... Oh. Which was a pretty big complaint in the series up to that point. That there often was nothing to spend your rupees on. Especially in Twilight Princess. Which I stand by. Twilight Princess was expecting you to use the magic armor a lot. Trying to not go off on a tangent about the magic armor. But yeah, the item shop, as a thing that only exists in that game, it's great. I'm not going to say I want other Zelda games to be like that. I think Breath of the Wild had the right idea, where you get the runes right away. Hello. You know, you get all the runes in the tutorial, and then from there you can go wherever you want. But as its own standalone thing, it's pretty great. Gives you something to work towards. Gives you an incentive to not die when you have not bought all the items yet. But they're still rented, because if they're rented, when you die, you lose them. Although, that challenge is kind of ruined by the fact that if you die and then get revived by a fairy, that doesn't count. So, as long as you've got fairies in bottles, you don't have to worry about dying. But I did still die a few times. I just did not game over, which is actually the part that makes you lose your rented items. So I never lost my rented items, but there still was that threat of like, oh shoot, I'm running low on health. I gotta be careful, because I might lose my rented items. Man, another bridge fight. Sure was hoping for one of those. After that last one went so well with the 2 hunters. But now the hunters are on my side, and they're dead, aren't they? Hey, that'll be funny. Expecting a side hop. Ah, man. Freaking crouch button not being on B like I expect it to be. I'm not coming out of this alive. Go again, trying to crouch. I like how I was able. What are you doing? I need your help over here. Come on. I like how I was able to pop the cartridge out and then melee to get it back in. It just magically appeared back in the gun. It's just a little funny. Oh, I got them all. Except the guys over there. How about one of these grenades so it goes farther? One shot, better reload. Ow, 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 ow. This would be a good time to play my old turn invisible and sneak up behind him prank. Oh, I actually got him. Didn't think I actually had hit him. Jeez, he really is moving around like a bug. Ugh. All flying around all erratically like he doesn't even know where he's going. It's too real. There'll be other shotguns. Excuse me. Surprise! Ow, okay. Didn't see that guy there. He's not very colorful. He doesn't stand out against the rest of the game world. It's Hunter in prison there. I'm sure he would appreciate being freed. That's right, group up. Is there a panel? Ah. Okay, how about I go Needler instead of 2 swords? Or reverse that. 2 needlers instead of 1 sword. Pick up the other needler. Okay, what if I... Wait, I had it. There we go. Problem is the jackals are there. But if I could just weave along their shots for a bit, get rid of the brutes first, I think things would be a lot better for me. Maybe not. Go ahead and grab the shotgun back. Okay. More brutes there than I expected to see. Ow, ow, ow. Hey! It's my safe space. Get out of here. Get out of my personal space. Yeah, I stood there too long. So I've been watching Legend of the Hidden Temple lately, which was, growing up, that was my favorite like Nickelodeon game show. I'm obviously a fan of, well, obviously, I say while playing a sci-fi game, obviously a fan of fantasy stuff, fantasy action. I mean, at least got the action part right. Yeah, I think it still holds up pretty well. Get him. Get him. Come on. And it's still kind of crazy to me that Olmec was voiced by Dee Baker. I just don't recognize his voice there when he's Olmec. I can hear it when he's doing voices when telling the stories. Oh look, I freed the hunters. But yeah, when he's just doing the Olmec voice, it's like, oh, I don't recognize him. I think they're dead now, guys. You can stop. Can I? There we go. That's how you free them. That's what I was supposed to do. There's a guy up there, too. It's a terminal. Gonna get the story from the terminal. I'll finish that thought about... Well, I guess I wasn't really on a thought about Legends of the Hidden Temple.
The only one I would trust with this information is probably dead right now. He was commander of the fleet that brought me to the system. Fel Vadimi was his name. But after hearing you tell of the destruction of the ring, I cannot believe that he still lives. His orders were to secure the ring, to prepare it for the arrival of the Hierarchs. Vadimi never fails in his duties. If the ring is no more, then Vadimi must be dead.
Duty can indeed be a dangerous virtue. But even if he did live, wouldn't this sense of duty make him quite unlikely to set aside his allegiance to the Prophets?
Perhaps not. And he would never betray our people. No, if we were able to just speak to him, explain everything you have told me. But no, These are futile hopes. If he did live, and if he was returned to the High Prophets, they would most certainly punish him for the destruction of the ring. In fact, he would be the exact kind of leader the Hierarchs would make arbiter. They would need someone to blame for the loss of the ring. His influence within the fleet grew with every one of his victories over the humans.
And if he did become arbiter?
Then he would be lost to our cause. Without the knowledge you've shared with me, he would obey the prophets without question. I doubt he would even respond to his former name. I don't know what it would take to overcome, but as you say, we don't have time to ask such questions, and Vadimi is almost certainly dead.
If all your hopes rest on him, then I fear for the future of this galaxy.
As do I, Oracle. As do I. But I will begin our fight. Make others aware of the lies the prophets whisper in our ears. And soon, we will find more who will take up our cause.
I forgot that this mission was about getting on board that Scarab. Still have not accomplished that goal yet. This path was longer than I was expecting it to be. I was gonna take his brute plasma rifle, but okay. Okay, so if you don't know Legend of the Hidden Temple, it's basically this game show about getting into this ancient temple. It's a little bit like if you made Indiana Jones a game show. Just beginning another cutscene.
Listen, you don't like me, and I sure as hell don't like you.
Oh, Johnson.
If you don't do something, Mr. Mohawk's gonna activate this ring, and we're all gonna die.
Tartarus has locked himself inside the control room.
Well, I just happen to have a key. Come on, grab a banshee and give me some cover. Gonna know what's coming.
Man, I wanted to pilot a Scarab. Guess I'll take Banshee. Where's Banshee? Thank you. Alright, where are we going? That way? Nope, not out. Ah, I was trying to do tricks. I forgot the tricks button. Glad it auto-saved while I was running into the ground. Oop, not B. A, there it is. Literally. A button, that's where it is. That is where the tricks button lives. On A. So I'm trying to figure out how many phases the game has, because it's... So I want to say 3, but I think it's actually 4. So the contestants start off in the moat phase. They gotta cross the moat, which often changes between episodes. It's I forget how many teams, but it's, you know, several teams of two players. And they gotta work together to get across the moat somehow. I mean, somehow, like, they're given an objective. It's like, hey, take this raft and this stick and use it on this rope to guide you along the... Go along. It's probably the worst version of crossing the moat I could have tried to explain without any visuals. Are you dead? Just go as high as I can. Okay. I didn't actually expect to hit the roof. The upper limit on flight. Okay, where are you going? So you get the moat, and then get the Steps of Knowledge, which doesn't change, because it's a trivia portion, which is usually about that day's artifact that they're going to be finding inside the temple portion, which is the last phase. And as far as I know, most of the artifacts are just made up, but they usually involve some kind of real historical figure, not figular. Well, I shot up their gunner. Should probably get a new Banshee line sparking. Yeah, so the Steps of Knowledge is like a trivia game. You gotta... So the moat whittles down the teams to 4 teams. It's like the first 4 teams across get to move on. So on the Steps of Knowledge, they whittle it down to 2. It's the first 2 teams to make it to the bottom of the steps, and I'm dead. First 2 teams to get to the bottom, and every time you answer a question correctly, you get to move down a step. And that's where the stories come in. Olmec will tell a story about the artifact, and you're gonna remember stuff from the story, and then answer the questions correctly. And then you get to move down a step, and when you're at the bottom, you win that round. First 2 to get to the bottom, get to move on. So yeah, moat, Steps of Knowledge, and then they have what they call, what I think they call the temple games. That's harder to explain, but you know, they make up some kind of little physical challenge for the contestants to do, for the next 2 teams to do. Aw, man, lost the wing. Come on, I just picked this thing up, man. Come on. Get stepped on. Not me! And then, I forget exactly how it goes. It's like... I think the first 2 temple games will win you a half a pendant of life. And then the final one will win you a full one. And whoever has the most pieces of a pendant of life moves on to the temple phase. Come on. Okay. Now I swap for a fresh one. And the temple phase is the real draw of the game. Because that's the cool part. That's where you get to be Indiana Jones. Explore it. Well, not really explore, because it's on a time limit. And it's more or less a series of rooms than it is actually a temple. You gotta go and bust up my other Banshee. Maybe I shouldn't be getting too low. Maybe that's the problem. Ow, hey, wait. Oh, there's turrets. Ow. Yeah, and then the final team who goes on to the temple phase will have, I believe it's 3 minutes to go into the temple, go into the room where the artifact is, and then get out. And then they win prizes based on what they're able to accomplish, which I think is pretty neat. Because then it means you don't have to feel bad if you don't get to the artifact, because you still won something. Which honestly, the prizes do amuse me a little bit, because it's like, you know, you expect on a game show, like, even if, like, you expect on a game show the consolation prizes are going to be, like, money or something. But, like, for the first 3 consolation prizes, they're not always that great. Like, often the consolation prize for the moat is candy. I don't know how much candy, they just... Apparently if I hold A, I just stop. So I have to tap if I want to do a trick. Where's the other Banshee? I need it. Yeah, I just find it funny. Imagine getting onto a game show and you lose in the first phase. And then they're like, oh, don't worry, we're going to send you home with some candy. It's okay, we'll give you a whistle pop. Enjoy your consolation prize. Or like Hershey's syrup, which I know is not really candy, but it's food. It's still a funny consolation prize to me. And then like often the consolation prize for the Steps of Knowledge is a yo-yo. It's still pretty funny to me. Forget what it usually is for like the temple games. Come on, how many more of these you got? Come on. I don't have another spare. Yeah, and then you get to the temple. And just for getting to the temple phase, usually they get a prize that's like an RC car, which I would have been pretty happy with as a kid. Even if, excuse me, as an adult, I know I probably would not have played it with it very much. It still would have been a pretty cool prize. Those are not cheap. Which is why I never had one as a kid. Well, okay, I can't say that. I did get that one of those RC cars that's supposed to go up the wall. Definitely not as good as advertised. And then they also get a prize if they can reach the artifact, but not get it out. And then the grand prize is if you can get the artifact and get out with it within 3 minutes. Which is, I believe that's always some kind of vacation. Which I hope those are somehow based on what the contestants would actually choose. Like if it's discussed beforehand or something. Because some kids get to go to the Bahamas if they win. And then others go to space camp. Like, no offense to space camp, but I don't think those are equivalent prizes. Are there wraiths down there? Yeah, there are wraiths. Okay, not doing so hot. Not flying so good. What door? I don't know what door you were talking about. Is he not getting blown up? And of course, it has to load me back when I'm already damaged. That's great. Stop! Leave me alone. And one thing I was really thinking about for, like, the first dozen or so episodes was, like, why do they have a temple guard at the entrance? Oh, I guess just to explain the temple guards thing. It's like, that's what the Pendants of Life are for, that they were doing the temple games for, not just to move on, but also those are their extra lives, basically, for the temple phase. Randomly, in 3 random rooms of the temple, they have temple guards. And if they catch you, you gotta give them a pendant of life. And if you don't have a pendant of life, then that teammate is out, and the next one has to go up. And then if they've lost all their pendants of life and teammates, like if the second teammate gets caught with no pendant of life, then they lose. And I was wondering for like the first dozen or so episodes, it seemed like there was always a temple guard at the entrance. And it's like, why would they do that? Isn't that unfair? But I realized that there are 2 entrances to the temple. And they don't make that clear to you at home watching. I hope they make it clear to the kids playing. Because I feel like that's pretty important. If they're going to sometimes have one of the entrance rooms have a temple guard in it. I think that's something pretty... How would there 3 of you? There's always 2! That's a pretty important thing to communicate to your players, that they have 2 possible entrances. Which also sort of means that there's a 50-50 chance. I know the statistics probably don't work out like that, but there's a 50-50 chance of you immediately encountering a temple guard. But yeah, like, for the first dozen or so episodes, they only ever enter through what's called the Cave of Sighs. But apparently that's a secondary entrance. They can just go up the steps, and that leads them to the Gargoyle Room. And it took me a bit to realize that, because they only ever went in one way for a good chunk of episodes. Okay, good. Got that Wraith done. Are you gonna knock now? Do I need to...
Stay clear of the door. Hey, bastard! Knock, knock!
Where is the door? Was that you? Was that... Oh, no, that's you. Okay. Now I go? Oh, no. Delusions and grandeur. It's supposed to be delusions of grandeur. Okay, it's like, was I not supposed to go in? Pretty twisted, smoldering mess in here. That's better. Two better. Where's the enemies? Where are they at? Where are you hiding? There you are. Do they know I'm here? Can they see me through the glass? Surprise! Ow. At least I should have a checkpoint. Yeah, there we go, right here. That's a good checkpoint. But yeah, I now that I've realized there are two different entrances to the temple, I feel like it's an actually pretty well-balanced part of the game. Because, like, so most players seem to always have a pendant and a half when they get to the temple. So you think, 2 players, that's 2 lives. And then 1 extra life. So that's 3 lives, basically. Or 2 lives they can lose to 2 out of 3 of the temple guards. And then they can kind of hope to not encounter the 3rd. Actually, I think if they get a half a pendant, that there's another half somewhere inside the temple. But I don't think they always do that. I don't think they have been. Should probably replace my shotgun. Oh! And actually, I was thinking about it earlier, and now that I'm thinking about it again, it's like, wait, does that math check out? Come on. Yeah, now I'm thinking about it, it's like, I don't think that checks out, but yeah, they pretty much always have 3 lives. I'm just immediately dropping guns. Cool. Ow. But what I was gonna say, before I realized, like, wait, I don't think I have that right, is that they pretty much most contestants only have to worry about being fast. They don't have to worry about being caught. But yeah, I guess if you only have 1 pendant of life when you get there, you do have to worry. But only the second teammate has to worry. And obviously, if you can go to the temple games with 2 pendants of life, you've got nothing to worry about except time. Because if you have 2 pendants of life, you're invincible. The temple guards can't get you. I mean, they can, but they can't. You can't lose by temple guard. And I think the sound design is kind of funny. Because Like, for one thing, they gotta give the doors more oomph, so you know that the door's actually opened. Because that can be a little hard to convey on camera, the way the set is. But they use this, like, electric sound effect. It's like, this is supposed to be an ancient temple, not some place with electric doors. But then also the sound when the temple guards pop out. Which I don't even know how to describe. It does make them seem scarier than what they would be if you were an adult. Though I'm sure plenty of kids. In fact, I have seen a few episodes where the kids actually scream when the temple guards show up. But I think most kids are not that scared by the temple guards. And I think most adults would not be either. But the sound design does make it sound a lot scarier than they are. Because for the most part, they kind of just open a door and it's like, ah, temple guard. But if, you know, if you're a kid and you're not expecting the temple guard to show up through that door, yeah, it's probably scary. Sorry, I was laughing at my shadow because it just looked funny. I'm all hunched over with the shotgun in my hands. I know that's just how his spine is, but it still makes a funny shadow. He's berserking. And then more came in. No. Hey, what if I approach them from here, where I'm closer to them when they show up through the door?
Do not let them enter the chamber. The chieftain must complete his holy work.
Oh, come on. I just got the second brute plasma rifle. I want it. Excuse me.
Do not let them enter the chamber. The chieftain must complete his holy work.
Nice cartwheel, dude. Yes, as far as I can tell, the way the temple guards pop out is kind of just like... I think they are trying to not scare the kids too much. So they do just kind of open the doors like, ah. But the sound design is like, Grah! I need to work on my death growls. That was pathetic. Ow, my throat hurts. Hang on. Yeah, I want to say that the sound effect of the temple guard showing up has like a tiger roar in it. But again, to a viewer, it's just like, ah, temple guard popped out. Whoa, look out. Now, they are supposed to seem scary, but then it's like, you know, it's just a game show, so they're not supposed to try to scare the kids. And they also can't, like you know, when they're out of pendants of life and they gotta carry them away, they just kind of hug them and pull them away. They're not like being dragged off like forcefully. It's just like, all right, you lost. Come on up. Come on over this way. Stop it. I'm trying to get shield back. Oh, checkpoint. Oh, shoot. Did that save I was invisible? One for you. One for you. Nope, 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 nope. And one thing I think is cool about the show, I mean, another thing, I guess I should say, is that looking at it as an adult, oh man, I get with the freaking, I swear I'm not dying, and then suddenly they shoulder bash me and instantly kill me. Oh, it did save when I was invisible. Great. Now I'm not gonna get that sweet double plasma grenade. play. Or maybe they'll just hand it to me. They're looking the wrong way. Nope, nope, not switch. Okay, that went a lot better, actually. Never mind what I was saying before. Looking at the show as an adult, I can tell they're actually trying to be educational too, not just entertaining. Because, you know, the historical stories and, you know, the whole steps of knowledge part of the game. But it really does not feel as explicitly educational as something like Where in the World is Carmen Sandiego. Which, I mean, that is the video game, because I remember having that and not playing it, because it was just like, I don't know geography! Even though it's supposed to teach you geography. But I know there was a Carmen Sandiego game show, I just never watched it.
Come, human. It is easy. Take the icon in your hands. And do as you are told.
Please use caution. This reclaimer is delicate.
One more word, Oracle, and I'll rip your eye from its socket.
Do it, you won't.
Which is nothing compared to what I'll do to you.
Tartarus, stop.
Impossible.
Put down the icon.
Put it down and disobey the Hierarchs?
There are things about Halo even the Hierarchs do not understand.
Take care, Arbiter. What you say is heresy.
Is it? Oracle, what is Halo's purpose?
Collectively, the seven.
Not another word.
Please. Don't shake the light bulb. If you want to keep your brain inside your head, I tell those boys to chill. Go ahead. Do your thing.
The sacred rings, what are they?
Weapons of last resort, built by the Forerunners to eliminate potential flood hosts, thereby rendering the parasite harmless.
And those who made the rings? What happened to the Forerunners?
After exhausting every other strategic option, my creators activated the rings. They and all additional sentient life in 3 radii of the Galactic Center died as planned. Would you like to see the relevant data?
Tartarus, the prophets have betrayed us.
No, not a Johnson. You throw the Oracle, just don't hit Johnson. I'm sure that won't keep him down. I mean, he escaped the Halo. He escaped Halo Alpha blowing up, but still. Don't hit Johnson with the Oracle. Throw the Oracle at a wall. It'll damage it more. Whoops. Oh, I didn't. I did it again. I'm not trying to walk off the ledge. I'm just trying to stay, like, not stay still so they don't shoot me. Oh, I think I remember this room. Man, I really like that moment though, when the Arbiter reveals to, like, undeniably reveals to them that activating the Halo was bad. Like, it hits right, you know? It really feels like a, oh, they're opening their eyes, cool, kind of moment. Too bad there were like 7 more Halo games after this though. Well, okay, one of them's a prequel and one of them I think is a side story. But, you know, 4 and 5 and Infinite still happen, so this is not the end of the Covenant doing whatever they're doing. What do I get him from behind or something? Oh! Or in the foot. This game invented this. I gotta do it. I'm pretty sure I'm supposed to be over his face, but his face was over a pit. Also, I don't know if the Arbiter has balls. Light work. Is that bad?
What's that?
A beacon.
What's it doing?
Communicating at superluminal speeds with the frequency of
Communicating with what?
the other installations.
Show me.
Fail-safe protocol. In the event of unexpected shutdown, the entire system will move to standby status. All remaining platforms are now ready for remote activation.
Remote activation? From here?
Don't be ridiculous.
Listen, Tinkerbell, don't make me...
Then where? Where would someone go to activate the other rings?
Why the Ark? Of course.
And where, Oracle, is that?
We've got a new contact. Unknown classification. It isn't one of ours. Take it out.
This is Spartan 117.
Anyone hear me? Over.
Isolate that signal. Master Chief, you mind telling me what you're doing on that ship?
Sir, finishing this fight.
Okay, but if this is a new mission, I gotta stop here. Game? Is that a flood spore?
Silence fills the empty grave now that I have gone. But my mind is not at rest, for questions linger on. I will ask, and you will answer.
Is the grave mind the
All right.
origin of the flood or
Shoot.
something? Or like the hive queen? 'Cause I'm starting to feel like it's got a connection to the flood. Maybe I'm just dense and I was supposed to realize that sooner. Or maybe I'm jumping to conclusions and they're not related at all. I can't tell. Well, why are we on Master Chief Collection screen? That's it? I beat Halo 2? Master Chief said he's finishing the fight. Hello? It doesn't say continue. "15 missions." Yeah, Great Journey's the last one. Oh, okay. I guess we're continuing the trend of starting Halo games on a Friday. Woo! Not really happy, actually. I'm being sarcastic. Because I'm sure I'm going to play Halo 3 and I'm like, oh man, this is great. I can't wait to play more. And then I'm going to have to wait the whole weekend to play more. That kind of sucks. But not like Halo 2. Halo 2 doesn't suck. Halo 2 is awesome. It's definitely a big improvement over Halo 1. Halo 1 was great, but this was even better. It's just like everything was better. I didn't really like that one mission where it was the Arbiter and it was pretty much exclusively the Flood. In fact, I think all of the Arbiter's levels were kind of frustrating for me, but I think that's primarily due to his low shield beep being so quiet or at least hard to hear amongst the action. That is like the only thing I want them to fix for Halo 3 if we play as the Arbiter again. Just please fix the beep. Please make it easier to tell when my shield is low. I don't really like the change where they got rid of the health bar. Like, even if you want health to be regenerative and be like, you know, you can take 4 or 5 hits with your shield down before you die, and then when your shield comes back, your health also comes back, and then you have to take another 4 or 5 hits with your shield down to die. Just give me some indication of how many more shots I can take before I die. I'm fine with regenerative health, but just let me know how much I have left. That would be very nice. But, alright, well, I guess that's it. Next time we're starting Halo 3. So, yeah, see you Friday for that. Bye.